Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a topic that challenges a common misconception about love. Do women love you for who you are? Many men believe love is based on qualities like looks, wealth, or even the right words, but the truth is far more complex. Deep psychological patterns drive a woman's love, often ones she isn't even consciously aware of. From a Stoic perspective, women don't fall in love with a man simply for his existence. They fall in love with what he represents within them. This means that love isn't just about attraction but reflection. You may embody something she lacks, awaken a deep subconscious image she holds of the ideal man, or create emotions she craves. In this video, we'll explain the 5 reasons a woman truly falls in love with a man. Understanding these reasons will clarify your relationships, why some women are drawn to you, why some lose interest, and, most importantly, how to build a lasting connection. So stay with me until the end, because what you'll learn today will change how you see love and relationships forever. Let's get started. Reason 1. You represent something she lacks. Women are often drawn to men who possess qualities they feel they lack or have not yet fully developed within themselves. This is a psychological phenomenon known as complementary attraction, where a woman finds herself deeply attracted to a man who seems to offer something she feels is missing from her life. It's as if she has encountered a mirror reflecting the qualities she longs to embody, yet she hasn't fully realized how to do so. For instance, consider a woman whose life may seem chaotic, uncertain, and emotional turbulence. She could find herself irresistibly drawn to a man who is calm, structured, and grounded. His ability to remain steady amid the storm offers her something she craves, a sense of stability she has been unable to cultivate within herself. The more he remains composed, the more she feels drawn to him. His presence becomes her anchor in a sea of unpredictability. Similarly, a woman who is emotionally driven, often reacting impulsively, feeling overwhelmed by her feelings, may be captivated by a rational, controlled, and even-keeled man. In his calm demeanor, she senses something she yearns to possess, the ability to manage her emotions and respond thoughtfully rather than emotionally. His self-betrayal counterbalances her inner turmoil, creating a powerful sense of attraction and safety in his presence. This type of attraction is driven by a more profound unconscious mechanism that pulls two people together not because they are alike, but because they complement each other in essential ways. What makes this connection so compelling is the recognition, on some level, that these qualities are not entirely foreign. Instead, they are aspects of herself that she may have repressed or not yet discovered. When a woman encounters a man with qualities she feels are missing from her life, there's a psychological pull, almost like an awakening. It's as if meeting him triggers a desire to be more like him, or to find within herself the same sense of balance, control, or structure that he embodies so effortlessly. She might begin to view him as a partner and a model for personal growth, an idea that she unconsciously strives to reach. However, while the allure of complementary attraction can create powerful chemistry, it is not without its challenges. Suppose a woman fails to recognize that the qualities she admires in her partner are not inherent traits in him alone, but are qualities she too can develop within herself. In that case, she risks becoming overly dependent on him. In other words, she might rely on his stability and emotional control to fill the gaps in her life. Instead of seeking growth and transformation from within, she might lean too heavily on his strengths to navigate her weaknesses. This reliance can become problematic if the man begins to change. If he loses his sense of calm or stability, the woman might feel like her world is collapsing. the qualities she admired in him may suddenly seem absent, leaving her unsure of herself and the relationship. In these moments, she may experience emotional withdrawal or even feel lost and disconnected because her sense of self-worth and security was tethered to his presence and qualities. This dynamic highlights a critical aspect of healthy attraction. Genuine connection should be grounded in mutual growth, not in the dependency of one partner on the other's strengths. While it is natural to be attracted to someone who embodies what we desire or lack, both partners need to understand that these qualities can also be cultivated and nurtured within themselves. The best relationships are built not on the idea of completion, but on recognizing that both partners can evolve together. When a woman realizes she has the potential to develop the qualities she admires in her partner, the relationship shifts. It no longer becomes about filling a void or depending on someone else to provide what she lacks. Instead, it becomes a partnership rooted in mutual respect, growth, and the shared desire to be the best versions of themselves. This balance between admiration for what the other brings and the awareness of personal development creates the foundation for a relationship that can endure and thrive over time. Reason 2. You awaken an unconscious masculine image within her. Every woman carries an unconscious image of the ideal man, an archetype sculpted over years of experiences, cultural influences, and defining moments that shaped her sense of safety, admiration, and love. This ideal is not something she consciously seeks, nor is it a singular vision of perfection, but rather a collage of figures, traits, and energies that represent the qualities she desires in a partner. Once awakened, it's a deeply embedded image that creates an almost magnetic pull, drawing her towards the man who seems to embody it. From the earliest stages of her life, a woman's perceptions of masculinity are influenced by the male role models she encounters. The image of her father, whether nurturing or distant, becomes one of the first blueprints she carries within her. His actions, presence, and how he made her feel, safe, adored, protected, create the foundation for the qualities she will unconsciously seek in future men. In parallel, the stories and fairy tales she consumes as a child, from the brave knights to the wise kings, further shape her understanding of what it means to be a man. These images are reinforced by movies, books, and even cultural narratives that dictate strength, wisdom, and love. But it's not just the larger-than-life figures that influence her perception. Key life moments where a woman felt protected, inspired, or emotionally elevated by a man are etched in her memory. Perhaps it was a mentor who guided her during a pivotal moment, or a friend who showed silent, steady support during a challenging time. Though these men may not have been in the romantic spotlight, they still play a vital role in shaping the ideal image of masculinity she carries forward. Some unknowingly tap into this unconscious image when a man enters her life. He may not even be aware that he is resonating with something deep within her, but his presence, energy, and demeanor align with a familiar figure from her past. For instance, a strong, quiet man may awaken the silent protector image. The man who stands firm in his resolve, offering a sense of security without needing to speak much. The power of his quiet confidence speaks volumes, and she feels she is safe in his calmness. On the other hand, a man who is intelligent, composed, and articulate may mirror the wise mentor figure she has long admired. His ability to think critically, offer insight, and remain steady in uncertainty evokes a sense of respect and admiration that feels almost predestined. In such instances, the attraction goes beyond physical appearance or charm. It is the resonance of something older, a subconscious recognition of this man's role in her narrative. She feels she has known him forever, even though they have just met. There is an immediate connection, a sense that they are in sync, as if he is a key character in a story she's always been a part of, even though she never realized it until now. However, this kind of attraction can also be dangerous. When a woman falls in love with the unconscious image a man represents, she may not be in love with him as a whole person, but rather with the role he embodies in her psyche. This is where the potential for disappointment and disillusionment arises. The man she has fallen for may embody the silent protector or the wise mentor in his presence. Still, she may feel betrayed when his true self emerges with all its contradictions and vulnerabilities. If he reveals parts of himself that don't align with the image she has created, she may find herself struggling with unmet expectations. She might feel confused, wondering why her feelings have shifted when he hasn't done anything wrong in the conventional sense. For the man, this dynamic can feel equally confusing. He may wonder why his partner is disappointed or distant when he thinks everything is going well. He has shown her his strengths, wisdom, and calm demeanor. What more could she need? But he may not realize that the woman is reacting not to who he is, but to who she believes he should be. In her mind, she is falling in love with the image of the man she has idealized, not necessarily the full spectrum of the man in front of her. This is where awareness and honesty become essential. A man who understands this unconscious dynamic can approach the relationship with a deeper understanding of the nuances involved. He must recognize the potential for a woman to become attached to the image he represents, and not just to him as an individual. Authenticity is key. If he begins to reveal parts of himself that don't align with her idealized masculinity, it is essential to do so gently, with care and understanding, by offering vulnerability alongside strength and allowing moments of imperfection to show. He invites a deeper, more authentic connection that is not based solely on the image she carries, but on the real, multifaceted person he is. Attraction based on an unconscious image can be powerful, but also fraught with complexity. The ideal man is not a fixed image, and genuinely connecting with someone requires both partners to step beyond the roles they may have unconsciously assigned to each other. Only then can the foundation of the relationship shift from being based on fantasy to being rooted in reality, where both individuals are seen, understood, and loved for who they are, flaws and all. Reason 3. You are a challenge she wants to conquer. Women, just like men, have a deep-rooted desire for conquest. It's not merely the thrill of the chase that captivates them, it's the pursuit that sparks curiosity and excitement. When a man is not overly available or too eager to please, he becomes a puzzle she's keen to solve, a challenge she's compelled to conquer. This dynamic isn't about games, but the human tendency to appreciate what is not easily attainable. A powerful psychological principle is at play here, known as the scarcity effect. This principle states that what's rare is perceived as more valuable. If you make yourself too available, always ready to drop everything for her, she will begin to view you as a resource she already possesses, leading her interest to wane. On the other hand, when you set high standards and remain steadfast in your own identity, not easily swayed by her advances or her moods, you elevate your worth in her eyes. She will feel a sense of accomplishment if she earns your attention, as if she's achieved something meaningful. The chase transforms into a far more valuable pursuit than the outcome itself. However, there is an inherent risk in this kind of relationship dynamic. If her attraction to you is solely driven by the thrill of the chase, once she has conquered you, once she feels she has won you, the excitement can quickly fade. The challenge that once fueled her desire may evaporate, leaving her uninterested and detached. The danger here is that without the thrill of pursuit, the bond between you may not be strong enough to endure beyond the initial excitement. This is why it's essential to understand the delicate balance between being an intriguing challenge and maintaining a genuine connection. If you remain grounded in your values and continue offering her more than just the thrill of the chase, you will keep her engaged and invested in you for the long haul. A woman, after all, seeks the satisfaction of winning you over and the deeper fulfillment of building something meaningful. Reason 4. You create intense emotions. Women are often drawn to men not by the logic of their actions, but by the emotional responses they invoke. It's not about perfection or following a specific formula. It's about how a man makes her feel. A woman can forgive flaws and overlook mistakes, but if a man can make her feel truly alive and deeply connected, she will be irresistibly attracted to him. When emotions are at the center of a connection, something magical happens. Strong feelings, intense moments, and shared experiences create a bond that is hard to break. Women crave emotional depth, and the man who can ignite those emotions accurately and robustly will capture their hearts. Attracting emotional intensity transcends physical appearance, status, or even compatibility. What matters most is how you make her feel in the moment. That's what she will remember. That's what she will seek out in you. Emotions, especially when thrilling and unpredictable, form the core of a woman's attraction. Excitement, mystery, and the challenge of getting to know someone in a way that pushes her beyond her comfort zone all create an irresistible pull. She may find herself thinking about him long after they've parted ways. The highs of intense moments, desire, and the longing for more stir something profound inside her. Passionate connections. Those moments where the world feels like it's just the two keep a woman coming back. She often craves that raw, unfiltered intensity without even realizing it. However, there is a risk in this kind of emotional connection. The inevitable cool down can be devastating when love is driven solely by strong emotions. Once the excitement starts to fade, the relationship may lose its spark. Women accustomed to intense emotions may struggle with a relationship's usual ebb and flow. Some may question whether they are still in love when the drama subsides. It's the danger of emotional addiction, when the highs and lows of a relationship become the very thing that defines it. For some, it may lead to a cycle of toxic dynamics, where conflict and emotional roller coasters are the only way they feel truly alive. Yet, despite the risks, many women are drawn to the intensity of emotional love, because it makes them feel something that transcends the mundane. It stirs her heart in ways that logic or routine never could. The reward is worth the effort for the man who knows how to tap into that deep, emotional connection. Reason 5. You help her grow or overcome herself. Women crave men who help them grow and evolve. They are drawn to those who challenge them to be better versions of themselves. A man who inspires, has a vision, and leads is a man who captures her attention and admiration. She doesn't just want someone to walk beside her. She desires someone who encourages her to rise higher and opens her eyes to her potential. The right man becomes the catalyst for change in her life, and this kind of relationship can become a profound turning point. In relationships, there are moments where a woman realizes she's not just in a partnership for companionship, but to push through barriers she never thought she could cross. There are types of men who come into her life and change everything. Some men teach her independence, showing her how to stand on her own 2 feet and take charge of her future. Others help her heal from past wounds, offering the gentle guidance and support she needs to confront the pain she's carried for years. Still, others are the ones who challenge her to pursue dreams she had buried long ago, urging her to take risks she would have never dared to before. These men act as the mentors, the driving force that helps her unlock her true potential. But there's a risk in this kind of love, a beautiful yet inevitable challenge. Once she's transformed, learned her lesson and discovered the depth of her strength, she may no longer need you in the same way. You may become more of a teacher, a guide than a lover. She will have outgrown the need for constant validation or support, as she has become self-sufficient and capable of facing the world independently. This is where many relationships struggle. The dynamic shifts from romantic connection to mentorship, which can leave both parties questioning where they stand. Yet, the beauty of this kind of love is that it's not meant to last forever. It's about transformation, about helping her become the woman she is destined to be. While this might not always look like a fairy tale ending, it can be the most rewarding relationship that helps her realize her worth and strengths and leaves her forever grateful for the journey she shared with you. You were the turning point in her life, the one who helped her step into a version of herself that she didn't know was possible. And while she may no longer need you, she will never forget how you helped her grow. Women don't love you for who you are, they love you for what you awaken within them. Whether it's a sense of completeness, a familiar masculine presence, the thrill of the chase, deep emotions, or personal growth, love is rarely about the man himself, but rather about what he represents in her mind. Understanding this truth is not about manipulation or cynicism. It's about recognizing the deeper psychological forces at play in relationships. If you want lasting love, don't rely on being a temporary reflection of her needs. Build real value, develop yourself into a man of depth, strength, and purpose, and create a fulfilling life. The right woman will not just be drawn to what you symbolize, but will genuinely connect with you beyond fleeting desires and unconscious projections. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever noticed these patterns in your relationships? What experiences have shaped your understanding of attraction and love? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more content on relationships, self-improvement, and the psychology of attraction. See you in the next one.